Good morning. It got a bit cold last night, but that's okay. This is a great day. This is a great day with one goal. Get a home. Whatever the pathway is to make that happen, let's start working on getting a home. Plus, I'm starting my new job today, so it's a little after 7:30 right now, and I've got to be there in about 90 minutes. So I need to hurry up and put this in the bag, go take a shower, and get to work. Let's begin. Homelessness everywhere. There's homeless people everywhere. I went to work earlier today, but I just got my schedule and stuff like that, so today's Monday. I'll actually start Wednesday, and that's incredibly positive because truthfully, I don't know how I'm going to get out of this situation. There's been few situations in my life quite like this where it just feels like the walls are closing in, and I just don't see a pathway out. But this homelessness won't end in death. This homelessness won't end in death. It is for the glory of God. I was in church this past Sunday, and they were reading about the story of Lazarus. And Jesus brings Lazarus back from the dead, of course. Lazarus dies, and then he's in the tomb for several days. And Mary, the sister of Lazarus, is pleading with Jesus. She knows Jesus is his friend. She's like, if only you would have been here, he wouldn't have died. And Jesus seems to start grieving. I think that's the part of the Bible where it says, and Jesus wept. So Jesus is mourning the life of Lazarus. But then Jesus makes a decision, and he goes to the tomb of Lazarus. It's a hard word to say, hard name to say. And when he goes to the tomb, before he goes, he says, this sickness won't end in death. It is for the glory of God. And there's homeless people everywhere. There's a lot of homeless people everywhere. And for quite a while, especially for the past 2 years as I was living in my van, I would see a lot of homeless people everywhere. There's people that come to mind. I saw a guy in Gainesville, and he was younger than me, and Gainesville is where the University of Florida is at, and this guy younger than me was sitting downtown in Gainesville, right down the street from the university, and he would just sit outside of the coffee shop all day, and he would drink beers as well. He was a nice guy, but he would sit there and drink beers, and he had a dog, and another man who was homeless just got out of prison came up to him, and I spent a whole day eavesdropping on their conversation because they were talking about how they were trying to make phone calls for people to help them, and nobody would help them. It was heartbreaking. And I think of those guys, and I also think of when I was in Ocala, there was a man who would walk around town and his skin was peeling off of him because he was exposed to the weather all of the time. There's so many people that I've seen, especially in the past 2 years, who just live out on the streets. And one thing that goes through my mind when I see them, it's like the meme from Pulp Fiction, where the guy's just like standing around and he's like, what's going on? Does anybody else see this guy walking around town with his skin falling off? Is there something that can be done to help this guy? And for me, I see these individuals, and it's the homeless people, but it's really anybody who's downtrodden in life. I can't help but empathize with them, and in the empathy that I feel towards them, I feel like I'm not much different than them. And truly, it actually makes it hard for me to enjoy my life. Because it's like, how could I be content if there's so many people that have nobody? And they literally live on the streets with their skin peeling off. How could I be happy when that's happening? So I've always felt compelled to do something, but especially again over the past 2 years, I've been very broke, didn't have money to give these individuals. You can talk with them and you can listen and give them your time and attention, but it's hard because you don't really understand them. But now here I am, I've entered into full homelessness, and I see now the extent to which those people are exactly like you, and they're exactly like me. But not in an abstract way. Now for me, they're literally like me. We're the same. And so now I don't know what needs to be done with these individuals, and I get it that life is hard for everybody. And I don't ask for donations for a reason. I don't accept donations for a reason. I don't think handouts are good. But there's got to be something that could be done. And so I'm homeless right now. But I truly believe this. This homelessness won't end in death. It is for the glory of God.